Welcome back, Source Nation. You're listening to Indie Soul Saturday.
Source Nation, we are now at the top of the second hour, and we're ready to bring in our guest. Definitely an amazing artist here. He's definitely been out here really doing this thing, and he's got multiple projects out there as well. I want to go ahead and welcome in John Thasaint. How's it going, man?
It's going great. Thank you very much, James, for having me today.
Man, you are super active out here, man. I know you got a whole lot going on. Like, how are things really been going for you? Because I know that it's got to be hectic.
Yeah, it is. But every day you wake up and you see the day of light. That's a good starting point. But right now I'm in the midst of rehearsals and getting ready for a performance at Ashford and Simpson's Sugar Bar on February 9th.
Wow, that's huge, man. Talk about this performance.
Yes, sir. It's the Valentine's pre-release party for my next album, All About Love, that's coming out February 14th. And it's going to be showcasing some songs off of the album as well as some songs from my previous albums. That is really going to set a tone about love and just romance and just. It's just going to be intimate. I'll put it that way.
I think this is huge, man. I mean, obviously people are always looking for new content. So I mean that's a cool thing. But just looking at this project and all that it entails and just the information that's going out, it looks like it's going to be something really like to be reveled, though.
Yes, sir. And it's representing love to the highest point, to the lowest point, from loss of love and gaining love and being confused in love. It's all about that.
Right. Now talk about the creative process of, obviously putting this project together, and how long have you actually been working on it?
Well, the album, I started working on the album, I'd say about March of last year. I started building the concept in reference to just thinking about last year was the 20th anniversary of being with my wife. And it was they just brought out that feeling of, okay, it's time to make a love album and just bring it out around the time of our anniversary, which is around February 14th, a couple of weeks away from there. But however, I just wanted to get back to the sound that I had previously on my previous albums and just bridge a sound of smooth jazz and soul and R&B, blend it together and just try to bring back that sound that we used to love back in the day.
I think that's amazing. Now, just in terms of people that you worked with, who all did you work with for this project? And I know that you're featuring Tamika Dunning on there and Keith Gilchrist.
Yes, there are two feature artists on there. The one for Tamika Dunning, she's on one of our songs called Tonight. As a feature artist, he wrote the song to that track, and I think people really going to like it. It's really going to bring back memories of the 90s, of the way music was made back then, R&B, blended with a little smooth jazz inside there as well. And Keith Gilchrist, if anyone heard Keith's voice, you'll know why he's on my album, because he just sets the mood for a quiet storm night, and that's what we needed on there. He was on my previous album, Touch, on a song called Feel Me with John Devin Bates, a great pianist. Right. And it really had we got good feedback from it, and so it was a no-brainer to bring Keith back because we love him.
I think that's amazing. Now, anybody else that you worked with for this album, and even production-wise, just in terms of people that you connected with for putting a lot of this together?
Well, in reality, the album itself was fully produced by me and executive produced by my wife, Kara Morris, and we kept it internally in-house because no one knows the word love within inside of you but you and the person you're with. And It was a real personal album to just spurred out what we've been dealing with in 20 years. So 14 songs makes up the 20 years I've been with my wife.
I think that's amazing. Congratulations on that again, man. 20 years is no easy feat. I don't think for anybody. So I think that's amazing.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Also,
now,
we have the privilege of having Phil Jackson, who's a great photograph. He does photography here in Pennsylvania, in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and he's doing our music video for one of the songs, "Can I Love You?" And he's a great photographer, and we just love what he's done for us for the photos for Touch, album Touch, as well as this album, All About Love. We're just really trying to build the independent sector around us to just go one step further and get to where we all want to get to, and that's just to get on the top of the mountain. Don't try to knock someone else off, but let's all try to get up there and just make it happen.
I think that's amazing. Now, let's actually start talking about, the music that we're going to be playing here today. And actually, I'll start with "Can I Love You?" Kind of talk a little bit about that song.
Oh, boy. Can I Love You? Can I Love You? It sets the tone for the night. I'm going to quote a radio personality that wrote something back to me after listening to it. He said, when I first heard this song, I went in Billy D. Williams mode. I can picture myself in like a smoker's, jacket and just walking up to my woman and just letting the music play itself, because my Casanova persona will take over. So, "Can I Love You?" It has that feeling. It's setting that sound of the night. Can I love you? Can I be that person that's going to bring you someplace that you may have never been before? Maybe you haven't been pleased in this way before. Can I love you in the way that you've been needing to be pleased in?
Okay. Now also we have All Love, and then of course we also have Touch as well. Talk a little bit about All About Love.
Okay, All About Love. Well, All About Love is the title of the album. It's not the actual song. But All About Love it encompasses, like I said, it's 14 songs built around the relationships of the ups and downs of being in a relationship with someone for over 20 years. And finding what you had in the beginning that was almost like fire and desire. And then you build a life together, you have kids together, and you know that fire dwindles out some because you're not going out as much, you're not having fun as much, but also getting back to where you fell in love with that person. So it's the ups and downs of relationships and just finding the fire and desire to want to keep on loving each other.
Okay. Man, I'm really, really excited for this new project. So the project is going to drop around Valentine's Day.
Yes, sir. February 14th.
Okay, so it drops then, and what all do you have planned? Obviously in promotion, and I know clearly you're going to be doing shows and doing that sort of thing. But
yes, we also have a contest that we have everyone who pre-orders our album. We have a lovely wine gift set so that they can really set that mood for February 14th and just get into that zone while they're listening to All About Love and just finding love again, continuing to love in their life. As well as we're looking to produce other artists. This year I'm really going to be focusing on touring as well as bringing on other independent artists, singers that may they know where they want to get to, however they may not have the content, they don't have the ability to just take it to that next step to be heard and to make themselves unique, go against the grain, against what the industry say that you should be.
I think that's huge because obviously there's so many artists out there who are really trying to get some material out there or trying to get their product that they have out, but they just don't really have the force behind them, or they don't necessarily know the steps to take. So I think that's pretty cool to actually go back and then bring others forward. Like, to what extent do you feel like you want to do that? Like, are you just working on their music with them, or are you actually going to run a company where they're signed to you, or like what plan do you have?
Well, Right now, in right now producing, collaborating. What we do have a company, Style Setters Entertainment, in which we're looking to probably take on one artist during this year. However, I just see so many artists out there with such good content that I haven't heard any new content in probably in a couple of years, a year or so.
Right.
That they should be heard more because they have such talent, and maybe just the fact that they need new content, they're having problems with getting new content. I just want to be someone there that's maybe another step for them to get to where they want to get to in life.
Right. And I think that's huge to have something like that, obviously, on the independent level because, clearly there's so many people, again, out there that are trying to do it and they don't really have the budget and a lot of other reasons, too. But I think it's really good to have someone like yourself who clearly is doing very well and able to kind of come back and grab some of the others and help them along the way.
Exactly. Because here's something funny. It may not be funny, but maybe inspiring. Tamika Dunn, as I say, she's on the album. I used to look at her on Reverb Nation. She had her page on Reverb Nation with music that she had then, and about a couple years ago, and I kept following her. I said, can I work with her? Man, she made just kick me to the curb. Man, she don't want to work with me, this and that. And lo and behold, I was working on music scoring on a TV show in Richmond, Virginia, with Iris Bowling, an author, and I pitched Tamika over to Iris to have Tamika's music on the show, on the TV show, and lo and behold, her music got on the TV show. So bridging these, we have to see each other like satellites in the sky. We have to build and signal into each other so we can gain more and more friends, network with those friends and business partners to make this work out for all of us.
Okay. I just think what you're doing is really huge. And I think having seen so many people in the industry and obviously so many people like yourself, I haven't really seen a lot of that where people come back and really help the others and actually pay attention to what some of the others are really doing. So I think it's really, really huge.
Yes, sir.
So now I'm going to move forward. I know there's so many people out there that, that are really looking to listen to these songs today. So I'm going to actually go ahead and we're going to start playing the songs here. So you spoke a little bit about Can I Love You? We're going to actually go ahead and play that here. So we are live with John Thasaint right here on Indie Soul Saturdays, and this is Can I Love You? I can imagine him very well here on the station, man.
Oh, great. Thank you.
It's weird that, I mean, I listen to some songs and a lot of times I can just do extremely well on the station, and I imagine that that's going to do very well.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now, the next thing we're going to actually go into, we're going to do touch, but I'm going to do that one last, and we'll actually play a song. Is there anything else you want to add in there about this one before we go ahead and play it?
Play a song. I have a funny story about it because Play a Song is a variation of Sing a Song from Earth, Wind, and Fire, and I just love the feeling of it. So I said, hey, how about I try it in a smooth jazz environment, switch it up a little. And seeing that I'm not a singer, I said, okay, I'm just going to play the song. I'm not going to sing it, so I'm going to play a song. So that's how I got named Play a Song.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and play it. Once again, we are live with John Thasaint right here on Indie Soul Saturdays, and this is Play a Song. Okay, man. When the beat switched up, I started getting all these ideas and visions in my head about a video and like and these people in the background with the horns and everything, man. I'm like, okay, I'm feeling that.
Thank you. I did the same thing I did too. So I can't wait at the time that I can actually play this song live with a full brass section because I live for that.
I think that's what, and I like a lot of like older music like that and whatnot. Like I think that's what I need to see is like you performing that song and the people in the background with the horns and the trumpets and all that stuff. I'm like, okay, this is cool right here.
All right.
So now we're going to actually move forward with Touch now. So go ahead and talk just a little bit more about Touch, and then we'll go ahead and play that.
Okay. The album Touch, as we know a couple years ago, it was really hard when we lost so many inspiring artists that we grew up listening to in the 70s and 80s, like Maurice White, David Bowie, Prince.
Right.
And so many of these artists. And then during that time, my wife lost her mother as well. And when you put all these elements together, it can really make someone who's already emotionally, us artists are already emotional already, just makes us that much emotion. It's like we're losing so many parts of our childhood, our teenage years, of the people that we listened to and we looked up to, even losing Michael Jackson and all of that. So with that, it having a heavy heart during that year that I released Touch, I decided to make an album that can give me a way of releasing that pain, releasing the excitement that I have when listening to these artists and being with my mother-in-law, as well as looking to the future to build upon what was enlightened me as I grew up. And Touch, just saying how everyone touched me, how artists, how family has touched me to come back and continue doing what I love, which is music.
I think that's great. So we'll actually go ahead and play that now. Once again, we are live with John Thasaint right here on Indie Soul Saturdays, and this is Touch.
Yes, sir.
Definitely an awesome track. So getting back to All About Love, again, just kind of reiterating everything, this is going to be out Valentine's Day. You have a contest that's actually been running on social media, correct?
Yes, it's called the All About Love Wine Gift Set contest. It's just that we want people to pre-order the album. They can go to iTunes or Amazon and on my website, johnthasaint.com, and they're automatically eligible to win this lovely wine gift set that we will be announcing on the 9th. The 9th is the last day to pre-order for the contest to win the wine gift set. And I think it's a complimentary thing to have on February 14th while you're thinking all about love.
I think it's great, man, and obviously it's a great way to get people to pre-order that album. So I think that's definitely good all the way around, man. Now, again, Valentine's Day, we got the contest out there. I know you're going to be doing shows and whatnot to obviously promote the project. What else is going on in terms of All About Love that everybody should know about right now?
Oh, well, we can't wait for everyone to see the music video too, Can I Love You, in which we had a bunch of lovely independent actors and actresses that came down, models, and just blending together, networking, and just having a good time while doing this music video that for the people that heard the song, that's what you're going to get when you see the people inside of the video, and we're looking forward to it coming out, I believe, February 5th.
Now, when you do your shows, like, have you kind of mapped out places that you're going to be going already, or?
Well, my wife, who's my manager, she has been on the warpath, just getting as many jazz festivals, local festivals around our area that I can perform in, so that we can continue building the brand and letting the smooth jazz world know exactly who I am, what we're about, and just spreading that love of smooth jazz.
I think that's amazing. When you're in the Atlanta area, I definitely will come out to a show if you make it down that way, man.
Oh yeah, I already have one foot out the door, ready to come see you guys. I'm ready to come down to Virginia. I know a bunch of lovely people in Virginia that's trying to get me down there. Yeah. Georgia and ATL sounds like a good place too. And we just want to get everywhere. We want to just let people know that, the Saint music is sort of goes against the grain of traditional smooth jazz and R&B soul, because I think that's what the industry needs, something different that's unique, doesn't sound like everything else, to gain interest again in a world where almost everyone almost sounds alike.
Right. Well, I think you definitely have something unique out here, man, and I've always said that. I mean, I know you're constantly moving. I'm connected to you on Facebook, so I know you are constantly on the move, man, and I know there's so many different things going on. So I definitely salute you for all that you've been doing. I remember when Touch was released, a while back. So I think that's really awesome. I think that this project is going to be equally amazing and really even much further beyond the last. I think that with everything that you release, you get better and better. So, I definitely commend you on everything it is that you're doing. I look forward to this project. I download and buy a lot of music, so I'm definitely looking forward to this. And iTunes is my thing, so I mean, I'm Apple all the way. So I'll be looking for this.
There's a wine gift set waiting for you.
Well, I was gonna say I don't really want the wine, but I guess maybe my wife might want it, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the pre-download and just hope I win it for her so she can have it. But
we appreciate it.
I think it's really amazing. I appreciate what you're doing in the industry as far as helping other people, and I think that at the rate of what you're doing, things are only going to continue to get better for the people that come behind us that really want to be here in the industry and do this. So, definitely kudos to you for all of that.
Thank you very much. Because at the end of the day, that's what the word independent means, to be able to do your own thing. However, don't be tied into what the majors is telling you. You must concentrate on yourself. No, you cannot bring this person, that person along with you. You cannot build with someone else because this is how we see you. No, in the independent world, I feel like I'm a king, and I feel like everyone else could be a king. So there's no reason why they can't be one king within inside of this music realm of independency. Let's all be kings and queens and just make it to the top of the mountain and shine.
I agree with that 100%, and I'm always behind anybody that wants to be independent. Like I think independent is really the way to go. But you have to know what you're doing, and you have to be somebody that's willing to do the work. So as long as you're going to do the work that's behind it, I always feel like being independent is a much better way to go. So definitely kudos and salute to you for everything that you're doing, because I do think that you're a king out there really doing this and really showing a lot of other people.
Thank you. And you continue to shine as well, James. We've been following you as well for a little while.
I appreciate that, man. I got so many things going on, man, and sometimes it's like I almost kind of get that sense that I should listen to somebody and say, well, maybe I should just kind of cut down some of the other stuff and just do one or two things. But I'm like, I do so many things that I love to do that I just keep running and keep moving. But I appreciate everything that you guys bring to the table, though.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Now, for people wanting to keep up with you, obviously, there's jonthasaint.com. Obviously, you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, you're on Twitter, of course. Where else can people find you? And just in terms of keeping up with the things you have happening, projects that are going on, different shows, and when that video is going to drop. With the guys in the back with the horns and all that. That's where can they see that?
I could be followed. I could be mostly seen on Facebook. I just almost live on Facebook because I just love, networking and meeting new people. Right. Facebook at Thasaint Music, Instagram at Thasaint Music. My website has so much information to keep abreast of what I'm doing. JohnThasaint.com. That's with a THA, not THE, because I gotta stay true to myself. I'm from the Bronx, so we have a little slang in our voice. So I say JohnThasaint.com.
Right. Okay. We definitely will be guiding people to your website and to your social media. And the other thing too is that I actually upload all of the conversations that I have to iTunes. So I'll be doing that as well, so people will be able to actually get the podcast on iTunes and they can listen to the conversation and whatnot. So that'll be a good thing. So I'll let you know when that's up as well. But we appreciate you again. Thank you so much for today, for the opportunity. And obviously it being a Saturday, thank you for taking the time out on the weekend to really have this conversation. And as always, we'll definitely bring you back when you have more going on, man.
Oh, that would be great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You are very, very welcome. You enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of the weekend.
All right, you too. I want everyone to just shine and just live above all of the negativity and just shine.
Definitely. Most definitely. Thank you so much for today.
Okay.
Okay, you have a good one.
Okay, bye.
And there you have it, Source Nation. We have wrapped up our second hour here. That was with John. You will be able to play again, as I said, on iTunes. We will get that uploaded. We thank everybody for tuning in today. And again, this has been Indie Soul Saturdays. We thank you all for tuning in, and we'll be back here next weekend, same time, same place.